Plus you, by now many of you have heard of the fight to save little Shafer Daves' life. Billboards are up around town. There have been newspaper articles. Shafer and his mother Jada appeared a few weeks ago here on 3+U. For the last 19 months, the 7 members of the Daves family have shown friends and strangers alike about the power of love, their love for each other, and they would quickly tell you their love of God. But soon their journey will take a new turn as Jada gives one of her kidneys to Shafer in a critical effort to save his life. The surgery that was scheduled for today has now faced a setback, but the family's determination remains strong.
It just all changed the second the nurse came in and said, we're losing some vitals.
The paralyzing shock that Kevin and Jada Daves faced that October day is no longer paralyzing, but mobilizing.
What's that right there? Is that tickle spot? Where's that tickle spot? You got another one right there, don't you? What is that?
What's Daddy doing to you?
What's that tickle spot over there?
What's Daddy doing?
What is that? Oh, you're a big boy.
Their 5th child, Shafer, a beautiful blue-eyed blonde like his brother and sisters, was born with a genetic disease so rare there are only 200 documented cases in the world. But despite his frantic delivery, no one knew that Shafer had Dennis-Drash syndrome, a disease which would destroy his kidneys and riddle his body with cancer by his 3rd birthday. It quietly lurked inside his body, and for the first couple of weeks, everything seemed fine.
Day 10, he stops eating and becomes very labored, in his breathing. And Kevin was gone with the children, and I put a phone call in and said, we've got to get him into the hospital. And he said, to the hospital? And I said, Kevin, this is serious.
And it was then that their dream world turned into a nightmare, not just for Jada and Kevin, but for their children as well. Shaylee, Sharia, Chanel, and Shaw, now 9, 7, 5, and 3, left to make sense of the senseless.
The thing that was really hard for me was when the first day Shafer was sick, my mom said, I'll be right back, and she didn't come back until like 2 weeks later. That scared me.
But of course, Jada couldn't come back. Her son was dying, and so was her spirit. This strong woman, who is a professional motivational speaker, found herself empty and hopeless, a feeling most people would find understandable, but one she now regrets.
I walked through some dark days where all of that pales in what you're really dealing with. But when we were first placed in the intensive care in Chattanooga, and that's when we weren't sure our baby was going to live or die. It was very critical. We were bedside, and Kevin never wavered in his faith. He sang "It Is Well with My Soul," bedside. And he looked at me and motioned me over like, come on, Jada, join in. And I just couldn't. And I'm very ashamed to say that because my faith is very important to me, and I feel like I can teach to trust the Lord in the hard times, but there I was, and couldn't join in because I said, Kevin, it's not well with my soul. I'm here as a mother with a broken heart. I'm shattered.
I never looked at Jada's side of the fence as being a lack of faith or anything. I looked at it strictly as a mama with a broken heart. It's just a very hard situation for her.
And so the couple, who had always put their faith first, did it again. Though still scared, they found peace in the periodic miracles that came their way, for with each frightening prognosis, Shafer pulled through, stunning his parents and his doctors.
We live in the rare, and while the statistics and the numbers mean things normally in our situation, we have experienced many more rare situations than non-rare.
Still, the inevitable loomed. Shafer's kidneys were under attack, and each passing day inched the family closer to the time when the cancer would invade. Doctors predicted sometime around his 1st birthday. And that almost happened. But remember, the miracles. Shafer's kidneys did fail on his birthday. Devastating news until the doctors learned the kidneys were just weeks away from turning cancerous. Now left with no kidneys, Shafer was placed on dialysis 11 hours a day for the last 9 months. A desperate search to find a donor brought the family more answered prayers when Jada's testing revealed she was a perfect match. And so with this surgery, Kevin will wait alone with his children.
I'm a little scared, but God's gonna be with us.
While Jada does what few moms will ever do, give birth to her son a second time.
My goal from day one has been to win, not win in terms of Shafer being, totally healed, but winning in terms of not losing the children, not losing the family, not losing the memories, but winning, winning all those opportunities. 'Cause as long as I've got my wife and we have our family, it's all for better.
And the transplant was scheduled for today, as we mentioned, but it had to be postponed. Shafer has a high liver enzyme level that would have made the surgery just far too dangerous. The family expects test results back on Wednesday of this week, and then they'll try to reschedule possibly as soon as 2 to 3 weeks. And both of you have had interaction with the family. They're just so compelling and so inspiring, and that's how they're looking at their story now, as this journey they would have never wanted to go through, but they're finding that through their telling of this story, they're impacting so many other people as well.
Oh, no doubt about it. And the story is just, it's so poignant. I think every family, no matter what they've been through, can relate to some of those experiences they're already having. And they haven't even gone through the transplant surgery
It's not
yet.
over yet. I mean, It's not over yet by a long shot. The toughest road is still to go. But I think now they're all extremely excited about just getting that kidney in. Getting
Yes,
mom's
it's the
kidney in.
first step of many that
It's
will
a
come your
shame
way.
that they had to postpone it. So they're keeping us posted, though. We'll
They'll
know
keep
something
us
on Wednesday.
posted, and that was a setback they weren't expecting,
Yeah.
but you were at my house, in fact, when Jada called the other night, but she's just so glad her doctors are so on top of it that they were able to see this and not risk something unnecessary.
Yeah.
But they're just an amazing family, so now that's the story, and continue to watch for more billboards and things going up and share with them.
And it's CODA.
CODA, C-O-T-A, CODA, for Shafer, D, as in Daves.com. We'll try to get that up for you so you
If
can
you have a hard
see.
time remembering CODA, it's
Children-
Children's Organ Transplant Association.
That's it. That's it. And it tells their whole story there as well. We're back with just a minute.